With less than a week to start the Premier League, Arsenal have really come out and really go to let us know that tomorrow they are playing their last preseason game, and it's going to be the Emirates Cup final. It's returning this time. This time round, it's just one game. It's a one game. If you remember way back, we would see semi-finals and then finals for you that were happening at Emirates for you. That's the stadium of Arsenal. But today, they've come out and told us that it's only one game that's going to be played between Arsenal and Sevilla. And guess what? This game is really going to be testing Arsenal for the very last time, because they are left with just 6 days to play the opener of the Premier League against Sevilla in there for you. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, guys, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. It's always nice talking to you on a daily, because you guys are really something else, and you really make my day in here for you, and you are really great either for you. And we've said let's get this rolling either for you. Now, Arsenal is playing Sevilla. Let's get into the preview. Then, one thing you should know about Sevilla has played 3 games. They played 3 games in this preseason. They first played a side which goes by the names of Tottenham on the 16th of July. That game ended 1-1 in there for you. Then they played Sporting Lisbon, and that game ended 1-1, and they won it 5-6 on penalties in there for you. Then they beat Angers by 6-0 in there for you. That is a side which goes by the names of Sevilla playing a side which goes by the names of Arsenal. Now, after that game of Arsenal in there for you, after Sevilla playing all those games, we all know that Arsenal has played very many. By the time they really went to America, they had played 2. One against Ipswich Town behind closed doors. Arsenal won it by 5-1, where Edinketia scored a hat-trick. They went to Germany. They beat Nuremberg by 5-2, where Gabriel Jesus scored a brace either for you, El Nini on the score sheet either for you, and the others were own goals. They went to America. They beat Everton by 2-0. Gabriel Jesus onto the score sheet and Bukayo Saka. And then they beat a side which goes by the names of Orlando City, and Arsenal won it by 3-1. That was Reece Nelson, Martinelli, and Edinketia on target. Then in America, their last game they played was against Chelsea, a game that they beat Chelsea by 4-0. So when they returned to the Emirates, I think it was like 2 days ago, they really played against Brentford, and they lost to Brentford by 2-1, and Edinketia was on target again in the voice. So Edinketia has scored his 5th goal in all the games that's played of the preseason in the for you, for side which goes by names of Arsenal. So as it stands, it looks like Arsenal has played very many games. Arsenal has played like 6 games, and Sevilla has played 3. That shows you that at least they are at the same level of fitness in here onto this channel, which goes by the names of Rokani Media Football. So Arsenal is really going to go into this game when they really want lots of things to happen to their side. One, Arsenal want to test their first string side on a side which goes by Sevilla, because Sevilla is not a self-nut crack. They're really a hard team, and Arsenal are going to try themselves on this team which goes by names of Sevilla to get into the levels where they're supposed to be in there for you. So I 100% believe that Sevilla is going to come in through and really put up a resistance on Arsenal. They're also going to field their first strong side, because this is a trophy, and I know even Mikel Arteta is going to go for his strong side at Emirates tomorrow. But there are doubts. However much they return to training, we don't expect people like Tomiyasu, Fabio Vieira, Kieran Tierney, which other player is injured, because Tomiyasu, Emily Smith-Rowe returned and decided to train well in America. I don't know whether he's going to take part. He might make it to the bench, but I don't expect him to start, because Martinelli had a very wonderful game all season, all spell in America in there for you. And let's get to this and see what is really going to happen, and who is really Mikel Arteta going to pick into this game of football, where Arsenal is going to play a side which goes by names of Sevilla down in London at Emirates. Fans are really going to be back, and everything is going to be okay. And let's go to the system that Mikel Arteta is going to play. Obviously, it's a 4-2-3-1 system. You know that very well, with 4 defenders including 2 fullbacks and 2 central defenders, then 2 midfielders. That is what we call a double midfield pivot. Then a central attack midfielder, a right attack midfielder, and a left attack midfielder with 1 forward in there for you, who is going to lead the line for side which goes by names of Arsenal. Ramsdale is really going to be in goal for side which goes by names of Arsenal in there for you. You saw him really play lots of the minutes as Arsenal were playing a side which goes by the names of Chelsea. And he also came in through and played some 45 minutes when Arsenal was playing a side which goes by names of Orlando City. So 2 games in the for you, I think is really going to be in goal for the entire 90 minutes this time around in the Emirates Cup, because he's going to be the starter goalkeeper for a side which goes by names of Arsenal. We know that very well, and we expect him to come here and do the needful at a side which goes by names of Arsenal. And he's good, by the way. He's good at really making saves for a side which goes by names of Arsenal. He's a goalkeeper who proved himself last season that his ceiling is still way up there, and we expect lots of things to come into his side, all eyes. That is Ramsdale in there for you, expected to start in the goal of a side which goes by names of Arsenal. Let's go to the right back. Obviously, we expect Ben White or Benjamin White to come in through and really start into that right back position of Arsenal, because Tomiyasu has just returned to training, and there is no reason as to why the manager should really hurry him back into the team, because obviously the team is good. There are very many options to play the right back. Cedric Soares is there, but I really believe that Ben White, having played into that position for the game of Orlando City for 45 minutes and for game of Chelsea almost for 75 minutes, I believe the manager is going to go in for him to go in and really start in there for you, because I really believe that he's good at playing as a central defender, right back, and a central defensive midfielder, so you can play him anywhere. And with the coming of people like Saliba's return really puts him out of the picking order for a side which goes by names Arsenal. And he's a kind of player, if I tell you put him on the bench, they will say, how do you bench a player that you signed for £50 million? So that's really good. And secondly, he's an English player. Obviously, when an English player is benched, a lot of noise is made for you. Zinchenko, the left fullback of a side which goes by names of Arsenal, who played for 45 minutes against Chelsea in America, is expected to start on the left back in for you, because Tavares Nuno has traveled to France to undergo his medical again in Marseille, and very soon is going to be unveiled as a player of Olympique Marseille. Obviously, we expect Zinchenko to come in and play some good minutes in this game of football for you. Kian Tierney is just returning from injury, so if at all is to take part in this game, he'll play like 10-15 minutes. When this game is coming to an end, that's when he's going to be really played. But I don't believe that the manager is going to hurry him a lot, because he's coming in from a long injury, and I don't expect him to come in through and do the needful for a side which goes by names of Arsenal in this game of Sevilla. I expect Zinchenko to play a very big role into this game, because he's 100% fit, and he proved us right in the game of Chelsea. William Saliba, obviously, if there is a signing that Arsenal has really brought in this season that has really changed everything for Arsenal, it's William Saliba. Someone asked me that Rokani, but William Saliba has been here and he's been an Arsenal player. They signed him in 2019. Yes, I say yes. Arsenal signed William Saliba in 2019, but he had never played for Arsenal. You get? Like in the Premier League, Champions League, you get? He has always been on loan. So, but he returns in great shape from Marseille, and I expect him to play into the right side of the central defense. Obviously, him returning to Arsenal, Mikel Arteta said, I'm not really selling him back. I'm not really sending him back to Marseille, because Marseille are willing to come in here and really even buy this player, because he really played very well and helped them to go back into the Champions League. And then the Champions League, and they wanted him back, but they couldn't get him back. But Arsenal has really sent another player to Marseille on loan, that is not Tavares. So Arsenal and Marseille really having a very good relationship, and I know it will pay back for them in there for you. Then we are having a player to play on the left side of the central defense. Obviously, Gabriel Magalhaes, to me, he's really great and nice. I really love this guy. He has really made it. He has really made it, and his coming in at Arsenal really gave them stability in the central defense. And the return of Saliba being paired with Gabriel Magalhaes shows that Arsenal has gone ahead to solidify their defense more and more and more and more, because William Saliba is really great. Fast, strong, confident on the ball. His calmness and composure. Oh my God. His game reading is out of this world. And the same applies to Gabriel Magalhaes. So you are having two central defenders, one playing on the right in the names of Saliba, and one playing on the left side of the central defense in the names of Gabriel Magalhaes, who are really good at everything. Good on the ball. They are good at doing dirty work. If you want them to do dirty work, they'll do it. If you want them to play that ball from behind, they'll do it. So they are almost complete central defenders, all complete modern central defenders. So I expect those two to play to the central defense of the side, which goes by names of Arsenal in there for you as they take on Sevilla. Amidst Arsenal really having very many problems of like Thomas Partey that are really so much rolling on social media, I think Thomas Partey and Granit Xhaka are again going to be placed into that double midfield pivot of Arsenal as they play a side which goes by names of Sevilla. Obviously, that midfield pivot is so much good, and they complement themselves every time. One, Thomas Partey is hard and Xhaka is rough. Being hard is that you can win that ball without making a foul, and Granit Xhaka, for him, is rough. He really makes lots of fouls, and that's why you see to it that he really gets lots. Sorry about that. That's why you see to it that he really gets lots of red cards. I think last season he got like 2 red cards. If I'm to remember, that is Granit Xhaka for you at the side which goes by names of Arsenal. That is a man who goes by names of Granit. So that we expect Granit Xhaka and Thomas Partey to start into the double midfield pivot of a side which goes by names of Arsenal. Remember, that first goal that Arsenal scored against Chelsea, it was Granit Xhaka who really pressed up on the pitch and really found himself passing that ball to Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel Jesus cut inside the seniors box area and really dinked that ball over the goalkeeper of Chelsea. That is Mendy. So we expect them to really play a very big role into that game of Sevilla as Arsenal is really preparing for the game of Crystal Palace. And guess what? Central attack midfielder, obviously, Martin Odegaard is really going to play in there for you because he's really great. He really made a very good run that saw Martinelli release him to score a goal against Chelsea. You remember that very well. And he is really the captain of Arsenal, and he's exemplary on the field of play. Very much talented. I believe at Arsenal, no player is as talented as Odegaard. Odegaard is a talent, and he's really showing it in the field of play. And he told us last season that for the very first time, he feels like he's enjoying playing football in his life. And at Arsenal, everything has come to what he expects it to be. And Charles Watts told us that Mikel Arteta sees Odegaard as his ears and eyes every time the ball is out, or the referee or the opponents Arsenal is playing has a player down. Guess what happens? Arteta calls Odegaard on the touchline and he tells him to do ABCD. So Arteta trusts Odegaard more than any other player at Arsenal. So Odegaard is going to play into that central attack midfield area of a side which goes by names of Arsenal in there for you. Let's go to the right attacking side of the midfield. Obviously, Bukayo Saka coming in through to start into there for you. If at all Rafinha had come to Arsenal, it would have been a different story altogether because would have been doubting who is going to start. But with the presence of Nicolas Pepe and him not going out on loan, obviously you expect Bukayo Saka to play that side of the central attack midfield. He scored a goal against Chelsea, looked like offside, but what was good about that goal is the way he really got that ball from the center line and really took off a defender of Chelsea, cut inside, played in Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka played in, was it Martinelli? Then Martinelli really went for a collar and the goalkeeper saved it. It went back to Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka hit a shot and the keeper saved it, and Bukayo Saka found a ball out there. The keeper was helpless, was on the ground. No defender was tracking on Bukayo Saka, though he looked offside. Hit that ball into the back of them to make it 3-0 for Arsenal. So we expect him to play a very big role into that game of Sevilla versus Arsenal. Martinelli, Gabriel, obviously, no doubt. I know he's really going to be competing with Emile Smith-Rowe and Reece Nelson in that position of the left attacking side of the midfield, but I will believe that he's going to come in through and start. That is Gabriel Martinelli, who is really talented. You saw him very well in that game of Chelsea. He created a goal for Martin Odegaard, and he really put Chelsea so much on pressure and really exposed that right side of Chelsea. Even when Aspilicueta came through, he couldn't really stop this lad because the lad kept on going and exposing them. So Martinelli, I expect him to play onto the left side of the attacking midfield. You'll call him the left winger, but he's playing as an inverted winger because he's right-footed and he's playing on the left. So that is Gabriel Martinelli, the Brazilian, who has really hit the ground running at Arsenal ever since Mikel Arteta came in through. Gabriel Jesus, obviously, leading the line for side which goes by the name of Arsenal. He has played so far 4 games for Arsenal and has scored 4 goals and created 1 goal, meaning that he has been involved in 5 games, in 5 goals in 4 games. So let's wait and see. Is he going to go ahead and really continue with his run that has been having at Arsenal, because it's good. His run is good and every team would like to be having a player like Gabriel Jesus with him. So Gabriel Jesus is leading the line, and obviously him and Martin Odegaard, I can't wait to see them play. Every time I see these people in the field of play, I want to see how they're getting used to one another. Those interpasses and interplays, I'm really urgently waiting for them in tomorrow's game in the Emirates Cup. So that's what I will believe, that Arsenal is going to stand tomorrow, and I will believe that you guys can have your say onto this lineup of Arsenal in there for you. 4-2-3-1 system, 4 defenders, 2 midfielders, 3 attackers, and 1 centre forward in there for you in the names of Gabriel Jesus in there for you. So your reactions to this starting lineup of Arsenal is welcome to the comment section below. I know most of you really have lots of things to say about it and you have your own reservations, so they are welcome to the comment section below. But allow me really get you some bit of analysis to this game. 1, these players, obviously, not Thomas Partey, we expect Arsenal to play a high line, or on a high line on the front foot. You get a high line. Arsenal is so much safe with the pace of Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes. Obviously, they are so much good. Then the pace of Zinchenko, who is going to add so much onto going forward for Arsenal because he's really good, confident, and he flies on that left flank very well, and everyone is so much impressed with his signing at the side which goes by the names of Arsenal. That is the man who goes by the names of Zinchenko, who is really making grounds everywhere for side which goes by the names of Arsenal. And he really played very well in that game of Chelsea, though he played only 45 minutes and he was really substituted by the manager Mikel Arteta. But as things stand, obviously we expect Arsenal to come in through and really play a high line, and the intensity they are really going to use, because that game of a side which goes by the names of Chelsea will be remembered about the intensity that a team which goes by the names of Sevilla really had. You get? That is what we are really going to be remembering about that game of football of Chelsea versus Arsenal. The intensity that Arsenal brought on the field of play, it left them exposed. That's it. So, after showing you the lineup of Arsenal, allow me show you that lineup that Sevilla played with when they're playing Tottenham Hotspur. And that shows you that if at all they really played with this lineup against Tottenham Hotspur, it means they're going to bring back the same lineup to face Arsenal. Let me show you how they really stood when they're playing Tottenham Hotspur. So, they had Dimitrovic in goal, as you see there. Then they had Montiel as the right back. Acuna, Arsenal should watch this guy. Ben White should really watch this guy. This guy is a flying left back. I don't know why no team is in for him, but Acuna is really great, very good at playing that left back position. Then Rekik and Carmona, remember, they're really going to play into that central defense because Jules Koundé left for Barcelona and they are now replacing them with two central defenders. Double midfield pivot, they'll be having Fernando and Jordan. Then Eric Ramela, you know him very well. He was playing at Spurs. They sold him to Sevilla. Papu Gomez, he's another one that you guys should really watch a lot for you because he's really great and is going to come in through. And maybe Ivan Rakitic will come in through and get some job done for a side which goes by names of Sevilla. Then Ocampos will also play onto the left side of the left side of the attacking midfield, as Aramir will lead the line for a side which goes by the names of Sevilla, or Luke de Jong. One of those will come in through to lead the line as they play side which goes by the names of Arsenal. So guys, your reactions are welcome to the story in here for you, because they will be really having very many other players to really come on and choose about. But obviously there is the Jesus Neves of this world, there is Pablo Perez, and very many others that they have. So your reaction to this story are welcome to the comment section below. That is what I had to do to break down this game of Arsenal versus Sevilla, Emirates Cup final, and Arsenal are going to front their best side, or their strongest side in this game of football in there for you. But watch a lot on Gabriel Jesus, Zinchenko, Martinelli, and Odegaard connection. Obviously, Thomas Partey and Granit Xhaka doing that midfield role, patrolling everywhere. But let's wait and see who's going to win the midfield battle between them and Rakitic. I really believe that Rakitic is going to start in this game because he's the midfield general, and you can't wait to see them play against Sevilla. So your reactions are welcome into the comment section below. First video of the day, I had to do it today because by this time tomorrow, we'll be left like 1 hour for game to start. So 1 hour to start. So let's wait and see. Your reactions are welcome, guys. I'm out. See you later as another video that we are going to do. But Arsenal is playing Sevilla tomorrow, Emirates Cup final. You can tell me who do you think is winning, and your predictions are welcome. Obviously, Arsenal is going to be having an age. They are home. The supporters will be buzzing to watch Gabriel Jesus, Zinchenko, and very many others they hadn't watched play. The William Salibas, they're really going to be playing for Arsenal. I'm out.